Hello, duelists, and welcome to the King's Court. Now, okay, so usually here on the channel, we really only focus on the TCG part of the game, because, come on, Golden State Kings, come on, it's very obvious we live in the West here on the channel, but I want to talk about this because, first, everyone else who does Yu-Gi-Oh! Content is already talking about it, so I want my cut of the pie. I'm just kidding. But, real talk. I want to talk about this because it seems like these days a lot of the ban lists that we get seem to more and more match up with the OCGs. So I think from now on here on the channel we'll start talking about the OCG ban list as well as the TCG. Obviously the TCG one is the one that matters the most to us because that's the format we play, but looking at the OCG might give us some insight to eventually what could happen. So before we get to that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also follow our social media so don't miss out on future videos. And I don't know if you just want to see like funny memes we repost or pictures of our dogs. So, also I got this. This is a still image I got from Ready to Duel from their. This is from their Twitter page. Shout out to them. Amazing Twitter, amazing stuff they post on Twitter and Instagram. I follow both on our social medias and my own personal one. So go check them out for latest news in the game. But basically, the OCG ban list just came out, and everyone's getting pretty much revved up, pun intended, for our side of the game because we should be getting one soon. So this OCG ban list goes in effect April Fool's Day. I feel bad for anyone whose birthday is April Fool's Day. I knew a guy in high school whose birthday was April Fool's Day, and we clowned the hell out of him. Man, I can't help it. All right, anyway, so limited. So over there, title is finally at 1. I mean, it's finally back at 1, which means over in the OCG part of the game, all the Dragon Rulers are back in full power. Well, not at full power, but they're all back in once. So they're all back. That's interesting. I'm gonna be real with you. They could come back to 3. I'm gonna be honest. I was good. Our ban list prediction video is almost done. The only reason I haven't posted it yet is just because some stuff came up and I had to take care of that, so I haven't had a chance to upload anything in a few days. But basically, one of the cards I do mention is the fact that realistically, I really think the Dragon Rose could all come back to 3. It's not going to be a big deal. The only deck that might get some play out of them is what's it called? That new Dragon Synchro deck, which that deck itself is already pretty nuts. So, but I don't even really know if they would really use all of them. Maybe they'd use Blaster, but who knows? So, realistically, the Dragon Rulers, despite the huge meta warping they had back in the day, 10 years ago, and that's actually when me and Chandler Michael started playing the game competitively. We were there literally at the very beginning when Dragon Rulers first came out, so we played against them, and we know exactly how powerful they were at the time. These days, they really don't do much. Like, okay, they make a big rank 7. Okay. I mean, realistically, it's not nearly as... Plus, back then, the only hand traps we had was, like, Valor and Max C. Seriously, you go back and look at those old deck profiles for those decks. They are the most cookie-cutter, wash, rinse, repeat deck there is. They all play the same thing. 3 of the big ones, 2 of the small ones, 3 super rejuvenation, 3 of that... Shit, what's that card? That spell card that lets you banish a level 7, draw 2 cards. 3 Max C, 3 Valor. Seriously, they all played the same stuff. And realistically, these days, it's not that big of a deal. So they could all come back to 3. It's not going to do anything. Plus, I'm going to be honest, I think the past decks we've been having to deal with, Tier and Snake Eyes, are just way more oppressive. So, that's my hot take. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let's see. Wanted is at 1. So, okay. That's interesting because they hit Wanted and as well as they hit Ash right here. So they're hitting the consistency of the deck, and that's interesting because another reason why I haven't uploaded our ban list is because I don't know what to say, because it's hard to really say, because if you look at it's true what everyone's been saying. What do you really hit with the deck so you don't make it unplayable? Because Worlds is coming up and everyone's invested tons and tons of cash into the deck, so it's really a hard choice. Like, do they hit destroy? Do they just completely and utter, destroy the deck now or later? It's a really, really tough one right now, especially since the deck is very new here in the West. So, who knows? If I'm being honest with you. But all right. Anyways, Ib at 2. I mean, doesn't really do that much. I mean, over there, they still have Block Dragon, so they still can play that Ed Emancipator 60 card rock synchro spam deck. So I guess over there it makes more sense. It's that this card would be more used there. IP at 2. Oh my, who the hell cares? By that, I mean, who the hell was playing 3 IP? I mean, I guess maybe if you're playing a deck that super needs it. So I guess maybe, but realistically, most people play it. Most people play 1. To be fair, I've seen a good amount of people play 2, but 1 is usually the minimum. But Jesus, so this most likely is a sign that eventually. Oh, they also hit Tikaboo. Good riddance. Bye. I hate that card. God, I hate that card. Man, I still say this card's worse, more oppressive than Rival of the Warlords or Gozen. This card's so annoying. So yeah, IP. I mean, not IP. Dang it. Little Knight. Most likely, this is a sign that eventually, at least on their side, because again, this is still the OCG list, so we don't know what's going to happen here. If Little Knight's even going to get touched here, but I wouldn't be shocked like down the road, because this is for the April list. So most likely, we're not going to be getting another ban list till maybe around summertime, if I had to guess. Maybe. Because that's usually around summertime. And then we probably won't get another one till around November, and that'll probably be the last one we get this year. So I'm expecting at least 2 more lists for 2024. So realistically, they might, if this trend goes the way it is, we might eventually see Little Knight either at 1 or maybe fully gone by the end of the year. Who knows? If this trend continues, because that used to be the thing. They hit it to 2, see how it does, and but they would do the reverse. If they wanted a card to come, they would I don't know. The semi-limitless is really confusing sometimes. They do got some questionable stuff there. Ash there, so when Haunted and Ash are hitting the consistency of fire. Makes sense. And for the Fire King deck, what's that one called again? I'm terrible with names. Pot. Okay, so they're trying to take care of the generic draw cards. Makes sense. And they got Kaiser Coliseum. Oh man, I hate this card. I hate Kaiser Coliseum so much. If anyone, like I said, anyone who's been playing the game as long as me and Chandler and Michael knows how annoying this card was back in the day here in the West with fucking Bujin. If anyone remembers that deck, oh my god, I hate Kaiser Coliseum. I think Mystic Mind is more annoying, but this card could be just as fucking annoying. Oh man, all right, but no longer on the list. Apparently, this is a new errata, Summon Sorceress. So. From what I've looked up, apparently how they eroded it, they the monsters that if she summons now, their effects are negated, and the monster you summon your field. After that, you can only summon monsters of the same type for the rest of the turn. I think that's the change they made. I'll have to look it up again. I'll have to check that out. So, an errata and back in 1. I wonder if this will still be used. That's a good question. Alright. Mech Knights. So they're trying to. So Orcus is getting some more stuff. The Supreme King Darkworm. That's back in 1. I forgot this was banned in OCG. Some of the. I mean, no one's really using the adventure package right now, so it makes sense. Let's see. This is back at 3. Oh, I always get that mixed up. I don't know why. So yeah, these are all back at 3. Again, Rite of Armistice, I think. I suck with names. Um, yeah, but this card's back at 3. Again, no one's really using the adventure package right now, so it makes sense. I wonder if this will give it more play in OCG. Curious. Infinity Launcher. Infinity have their fans. Let's be real here. There are a lot of Infinity fans, so I wouldn't be shocked that realistically this card is going to go up in price. I think I still have a few somewhere. I might just have to check. If I do, hey, free money, right? And Change of Heart. That's wow. That's nuts. I knew eventually they'd put Change of Heart back to 3 because on the last ban list we got here in the TCG, they put Snatch Steal back at 1, and I remember everyone talking about saying that Snatch Steal is going to be OP again because when they originally unbanned it a couple of years, like 5 years ago, it actually was like debatably the best card in the format. So everyone was worried Change of Heart and Snatch Steal both being legal is going to like completely change the game. No, it didn't do anything. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I've seen some decks side Change of Heart, but realistically at 3, I don't really know if anyone's really going to be playing it at 3 or siding it at 3 because there's like so many other cards to play these days for your side. So it's just crazy because, again, if you're an old fossil like me, seeing a card like Change of Heart at 3 is just ridiculous. It's crazy. Never thought I'd see that. So that's the entire list actually for OCG. So overall, this is really interesting. Again, title could come back to all the Dragon Roads could come back to 3. It's not going to do anything, if I'm being honest with you. Dragon Rollers really have been power crept, let's be real here. Wanted and Ash both being hit is going to hit the consistency of Fire, but it's not going to ruin it because don't forget, there is still going to be more Snake Eye support coming out, so who knows what's going to happen with that deck. We're still in the year of Fire, let's be real here. Tikaboo at 1, I'd be happy to see this card. I would be cool seeing this card fully banned. I fucking hate this card. I don't. I'm done talking about it. I forgot Ib. Shoot. At 2 again. For synchro players makes sense. Little Knight again. This is stupid being at 2 doesn't really matter. But if anything, this is just so they can probably put it either to 1 or fully hit it eventually. This is probably just like them testing the waters with it. Ash Kaiser at 2. Hate this card. Didn't know, but yeah, it's 2 there. And it looks like they're hitting some of the pots. So isn't like a Prosperity like at 2 as well over there? I think it is. Anyone watching this, let me know in the comments if it is. I could be getting. I don't remember all this. Again, we play the TCG here on the channel, obviously. So I really don't know like the OCG ban list off the top of my head, like the TCG. So I'm not really sure. I think though it is. And all these are all at 3, so is there a possibility any of these could be like what we could see in our ban list? I think there's a good chance Ash probably could be put to 1 as Wanted, maybe. I know that the tins just got announced, which I'm pretty excited for. So who knows if they want to hit like any of the super big. I mean, Wanted being at 1, okay, cool. Diabell Star still at 3, so they'll still make money from that alone. Let's be real here. Again, title. Just come back. They can just come back to 3. It's not going to do anything. Tikaboo. I hate that card. Luckily, we already have that hit here in the TCG, and I'm grateful for that. Pot maybe. I'm gonna be real. If they hit Extravagance, they're probably gonna hit Prosperity at the same time. If they do. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since Prosperity and Extravagance both became affordable, well, at least Prosperity, I'm cool with it not getting hit. I'm sorry, I'm one of those. But what can you do, right? If it gets hit, it gets hit. Sucks if it does, but hey, who knows? We'll see. Kaiser, that card's banned here, luckily, so I don't want to deal with that. Change of Heart could come to 3, being honest with you, and it really wouldn't do anything. I mean, these days everyone side decks stuff like the Bestials, deal with dark decks. What else? Shifters. Depending on your hand trap lineup, some people either main deck or still side nib. Stuff like that. Everyone's side decking anti-spell and summon limits, so realistically, why play Change of Heart when you can just play those 2 and keep your opponent from doing anything? So it could come back to 3. I really don't think it's going to do anything. If I remember right, the adventure package is at full power over here. over here. So I really don't think that would do it. That we don't have to worry about that. It's already at full power here. And yeah, Dark Worms also at 3 from her right. The Supreme King engine is our, and yeah, they Orcas just came back. I don't think the Mech Knights are hit here, so and Orcus already back at 1. I'm gonna be real. You could probably just put Orcus right here and replace this with Orcus and just put it to 3. I think they could, honestly. I mean, it's had some success, but a lot of that's also because they mix it with a lot of stuff, especially the horse engine. So I guess take that as my other hot take for this list. They could put Orcus back at 3. Honestly, I think I think they could. But that's pretty much this entire OCG ban list. There's not a lot. I mean, again, this is the OCG. They have a completely different meta over there and a completely different mindset when it comes to the game. Especially from right, just like other card games, they're a best of 1. So theirs obviously playstyle's a little different than ours. So take a lot of this with a huge grain of salt. I'm talking like McDonald's fries level of salt because we don't know what's gonna happen. And but when I just say this when our ban list comes out, I'll definitely be reacting to that, and we'll be talking about that as soon as it does. That's it for this video. There's not really much to say. Yeah. So have a good weekend. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.